This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello. You're listening to Animal Party on Pet Life Radio with me, Deb Wolfe. And have you ever tried to travel with a kid? It's not so great, right? What about a dog? What about a cat? Yeah, well, there's a cat in the news that actually, poor kitty, it was put on a plane that should have been a one-way trip from New Zealand to Australia. Not too bad, but it got left in the baggage area. So it flew all the way back and then had to go all the way back again. 36 hours of traveling. 3 times it went back and forth in 36 hours. And the owner said, interesting, the cat was never very affectionate before, but since the ordeal, it's extremely loving. Yeah, I'm sure. Can you imagine? Oh my God, I wouldn't want to do that. Travel 36 hours, 3 flights in 36 hours. It's a Maine Coon, so it's a big cat, and its name is Mittens, and that kind of reminds me of a joke. Maybe I'll tell that joke later as my cat joke of the day. But yeah, so the poor Maine Coon, that's what happened to it. Now, on another story, in another part of the world, from Vancouver to Toronto, there was a flight, and someone took their little cat in a little carrier on board with them, which is better, but they didn't secure the door. So mid-flight, when the fasten seatbelt light is on and everybody has to sit in their seat, the cat gets out, and there's some footage of this cat casually wandering down the aisle, meeting new people, getting cuddles from different people as it walks along. So if you're traveling with your cats and your dogs, be really careful. Use ID, be on it, label and tag and secure doors. And you might want to take extra carabiners to make sure things are shut. I mean, it's really easy to mistake a carrier for being cat-proof, Houdini-proof, and find out along the way that, the clasp is broken or the latch isn't there. So take some zip ties too, because sometimes you'll just need to zip tie it closed if it's better than having your cat loose on a plane. So yeah, take some zip ties. And one other thing I think is a good thing, just while we're on the subject of cats being naughty, if you have a toothbrush in your house sitting out in a cup or something like that by the sink, if you put a camera on that toothbrush, you'd probably be really surprised and horrified to see what your cat does with that toothbrush. Now, in a good way, I mean, it's good for the cat's dental hygiene because what they do is they open their mouth and they rub their teeth and gums all along your toothbrush. Seriously, that's what they do. So you could set one up for the cat, right? You could, and leave it out. But yours, I don't recommend. Buy one of those little caps that goes on the top of the toothbrush, or those office clips. You know, the office clips, I'm not sure what they're called, but they're like butterflies. You kind of flick them back, and you know what? I'm going to post a picture on Deb Wolfe, Pet Expert, on Facebook of the clip I'm talking about, because they're all over the place. For a few dollars, you can get like 20 of them at an office supply store. And they clip so nicely on top of a toothbrush. Really, they do. So I'll post that later to show you the cat-proof toothbrush. It's also good for when you're traveling, so your toothbrush doesn't get all icky. It covers it nicely. All right. So yeah, be careful when you're traveling. Definitely be careful with your animals. Make sure you're up to date on vaccines. Make sure you're up to date on quarantine protocols. Make sure you have a pet passport if need be. There's a lot going on, and there's lots of rules you might not know about, like flat-faced dogs and cats can't fly in the summer and all kinds of things like that. So really, really, really investigate first. Make sure you've got it all organized ahead of time. All right, everybody, we're going to go to break, and we're going to come back and talk dogs and cats on Animal Party on Pet Life Radio. Stay tuned.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms. And our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, we're back on Animal Party Pet Life Radio. And regular listeners will know that I've gotten several requests from dog owners to do dog jokes, at least one joke each show. And the cat owners, they kicked in and they made the same request. So here's your cat joke of the day. Did you hear about the cat who swallowed a ball of wool? She had mittens. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, there we go. The cat joke of the day is done and dusted. And it goes with the news of the day. The cat that was wandering around that plane was called Mittens. Okay, I don't think you need mittens in New Zealand or Australia, but maybe you do. Yeah, most of the world where cats live, they're indoors. And I really do notice this a lot. I notice two things about the life of a well-cared-for pet. I notice that dogs, they're the ones who seem to enjoy car rides the most. When you're driving around in traffic and you see the guy in front of you with the pickup truck and the dog with his head out the window, or the woman in a little car with the dog in the back and its head is smooshed up against the rear view window, and you can see the expression on his face. All these dogs are loving the ride. They are loving the ride. Whatever you spend on that car, the dog is loving it more than you. The dog is in love with that car when it's old, when it's dirty, when it's damaged, when things aren't working, when the warranty's up. It don't care. It loves your car. Your dog is car proud. So that's the first thing. And the second thing I notice is cats are house proud. Some of the nicest places in Vancouver, British Columbia, where I live outside of town in a little farming town, a commuter town, Maple Ridge in the country. But in Vancouver, when I go in to pick up dogs or perform or whatever, I'll be driving around and I will look up at the most opulent, the most exquisite residences. You know, high rises downtown with the concierge and the beautiful artwork on the outside of the building and okay. Where the millionaires live, right? Where they can view their boat docked in the harbor below, Cole Harbor, that kind of thing. What do you see in a window? A cat. Always. The cats, they know where to sit. They know where the best views are. They know when the sunny spots are. And most of the time, most of us are not even home to enjoy our beautiful homes. That millionaire is working hard at the office while his cat is upstairs with the primo view. So I'm kind of tempted to take pictures of some of these cats and post them. I think I'm going to start. Some of these dogs look so happy and these cats look like they're just in charge. They are so aware of what they own and where they live and their status. Woohoo! So that's what I wanted to say about that. Now let's move on. Okay. I want to talk to you. I want to give you a dog joke now. Why are dogs terrible dancers? Because they have 2 left feet. That's right. Okay, now I'm kind of suspicious that maybe the people asking for these jokes are grandparents, because I think these jokes are perfect to tell little kids. So there you go. Happy grandparent moment to all of you listening today. We're going to go to break and come back, and I'm going to talk dogs and cats and a little behavior tips and some tricks coming your way on Animal Party, Pet Life Radio.
Begging to hear more of your favorite show? Full episodes of all our shows are available on demand. Go to PetLifeRadio.com to fetch our entire lineup of Possum Pet podcasts. Also, dig us up in iHeartRadio and iTunes. Let's talk pets. Live and on demand, only from Pet Life Radio.
Let's Talk Pets
Let's Talk Pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello. You're back on Animal Party, Pet Life Radio. And Valentine's Day and Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving, Easter, all these times of year where you see people dress up their pets. It might make you think you'd like to do that too, right? I mean, why not? Why not get a little photo? Why not have a moment where your dog's participating and you're all happy and, okay, easier said than done for some of you. Some of you have cats that will not sit still, will not put up with it. Some of you have dogs that want to rip and chew everything you put on them. So how can you do this? Okay, here's a trick. Really easy. Say you wanted to do a photo shoot with a pumpkin for Halloween or a photo shoot with a heart for Valentine's Day. Well, all you got to do is set up the photo with the heart in front. So when the cat's closest to the camera, closest to the cell phone. And then you just cuddle your cat or cuddle your dog in a chair that's well framed behind that heart. So now when you take the picture, you've got the heart or the pumpkin or the Christmas tree or whatever it is in the foreground. And it looks like you've posed your pet with this thing. Of course, they're just sitting on the chair cuddling you and they don't care what's in the foreground. Makes no difference to them, but it's going to look great in the photo. So I'm hoping you all will be taking some great photos coming out. And, you know, if your dog doesn't like dressing up or your cat doesn't like dressing up and you want to get a little more advanced, pick a costume that's easy. You know, it could be something like a bandana to start, something really simple, nothing that interferes with their movement, their tail, their eyes, their ears, their mouth, right? Pick something really easy, nothing with elastics or binding that would be uncomfortable. And you might even pick something you wear. Take one of your t-shirts and put it on your dog. If it smells like you, he's probably going to like it more than a costume from the store. And yeah, that can make a funny picture too, especially if there's a slogan on it, like I'm with stupid and you're sitting beside him. So you can get creative with this. But what I suggest for the original photo shoots when you're first working with your animals, keep it short and sweet, really quick, a lot of praise. If they have a favorite treat, as soon as they let you put that item on them, the hat or the bandana or the whatever, the funny dress, the t-shirt, as soon as they let you, the antlers, whatever it is, give them a treat right then and there. Good girl, good boy. Oh, yes, you're so pretty in your costume. Say words like that. So later they understand what's going on and they associate it with an activity. You know, mommy's silly time where she gives me treats to do stupid stuff. That's what they'll think. But if you make it positive enough and you're not laughing at them, you're praising them and you're telling them how good they are and you're giving them treats and you keep it super short. As soon as you get that picture or two, stop. Go do something else. Come back to it later. If you do that, eventually you'll have a cat or dog who loves photo shoots. Yeah, you will. Like mine. I've done some great ones lately. So sometimes even us animal trainers mistake something. And a couple of weeks ago, it's winter here, so this doesn't happen too often in the winter. It's more of a spring and fall kind of thing. But a couple of weeks ago, I hear this scruffling in the middle of the night and the scampering. And then I hear growling. And I know what that is. Some of you cat owners know exactly what's going on. One of my cats had come into the house through the cat door with a live mouse. A nice, cute little fluffy one, but still, live mouse in the house. And he took it under the bed, probably so we'd notice. And so I'm sleeping and I hear scuffle, scuffle, scuffle. And then all the cats scuffling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's 4 cats in the bedroom, all paying attention. The one who has the mouse is growling at the other cats. And then they all leave. They all just leave. Now, okay, to my credit, I mean, you got to give me the benefit of the doubt here. It's like 4 a.m, so I'm not on the ball. My cat behavioral mind is asleep. So I think to myself, why'd they all go? I can't catch this stupid mouse. There's a mouse in my bedroom now. And I just cleaned my room. It's so clean. And now there's a mouse on the floor. I don't want that. What am I going to do? So, because I'm asleep, I think, oh, I'll bring the cat that's the best mouser back. And I bring him back and I lock the door. And I go sleep on the couch. So later, I get up. I go into the bedroom. And what do I see? I see the cat and the mouse have become friends. They're nose to nose. They're getting along great. He's not killing it. He's not chasing it. Nothing. They're just sitting there. They're not even under the bed anymore. They're sitting in the middle of the room like I have a new pet, which I do not. So, okay, I think, because again, I haven't had a lot of sleep and it's still pretty early. I think, well, if you're not going to do it, I'll get a cat who will. And I go grab a different cat that's also a mouser. In the end, all 4 cats are in the room, and they're all making nice with the mouse. And that's when it clicked in. Oh, they brought this for me. I'm supposed to kill it. They're teaching me. This is what cats do. They bring you an animal, they wound it a little bit, stun it a little bit, so it'll be easy for you. And then they try patiently, painstakingly over time to teach you what to do. So they weren't going to kill it. For one thing, they're not going to eat it dazed and confused. They don't like that. They like live, active, healthy prey. So they weren't going to eat this mouse. Maybe it was ill to begin with. I don't know. But they weren't going to eat it, and they weren't going to kill it, and they were generously leaving it for me. So, of course, I scoop it up, take it outside, take it far from the house, and let it go free in the forest. Not what they had in mind, I'm sure. But that's how the story ended. So if your cats are bringing you things that are sort of dazed and confused, that's what they're doing. They're trying to teach you to hunt. And they'll do it to each other, too. If you have older cats and then you adopt a new kitten, they'll teach the kitten just like that. So it's an interesting thing that they think of us as incapable of basic skills and in need of being taught as if we're babies. It's fascinating to me that they're condescending in their view of their human owners to that degree. Okay. So recently, I put my old dog out the front door, and he's pretty old now. He was born in 2011. So what does that make him? I guess 14, something like that. And he doesn't see that well, and he doesn't hear that well. And before he was rescued the first time, he was rescued 3 times. I'm his 3rd owner that I know of, possibly 4th. But before he was rescued the first time, he was tied to a trailer by his puppy leg. And that leg now in old age has become arthritic and painful, and it slides out from under him, and he has some problems. So, because he's old and mellow and easygoing, I tend to let him out the front door where there's no stairs, and he can wander into the garden, do his thing, and come back. And if he wants to go for a big, long walk on the acreage with the other dogs, like he did yesterday, he can. If I take dogs for walks, he always wants to go. But just for his bathroom breaks, instead of going out the back and down the stairs and into the yard with all the other dogs where he could get jostled. And, I let him out the front. It's a special privilege for the old man. So I did that the other day, but I guess I forgot about him. So I was in the house with a bunch of other dogs, and I was, cleaning up and tidying, doing things, getting organized. I had a show that day. I was getting organized. And I look out the window and I see this hydro guy, all decked out in his uniform with the safety gear and everything, waving at me from the window. And I think, well, that's odd. They're not usually that friendly. They usually just come check the meter and leave again. But he was waving, and I waved back, and then he checked the meter, and then he left. And about 15 minutes later, I realized that the reason he was waving is because my blue heeler dog was outside the whole time. And the guy's probably wondering, is he going to bite me? Is this okay? Can I come on your property and check the meter with this loose dog here? Well, yeah, apparently it was okay. Blue's a smart dog. He may be a little bit blind, and he may be a little bit deaf, but he's been living with me for over 10 years. He's seen hydro guys come and go every 2 months or so to check the meter. He knows who they are. He knows what they're doing. And the guy didn't come anywhere near the front door. He didn't come toward me or threaten anything like that. And I guess he was a dog lover because he didn't give off vibes that would make the dog react to him. Then the dog just allowed him in and allowed him out again. A different person would not get the same reaction. They would get barked at, and in the blue heeler way, they would get gently nuzzled away with a firm nose or head on the back of their knee. So he would have been herded out of the property if he was there to do something wrong, or was it all suspicious, or was it all nervous? So I'm really glad the guy was a dog lover, because I don't really want an incident. But it's interesting to see that even when old, even when deaf, even when blind, he's still got his common sense. He still knows when to attack, when to protect, when to herd, and when to just be nice to the guy, which is what he did. And so I think it's sometimes we underestimate our old dogs, And when they get blind and deaf like Blue is now, I no longer throw the ball for him. I don't want him running around. I don't want him trying to compete with other dogs. I don't want him in the jostle that happens when they all arrive at the ball. I don't want his legs sliding out from under him. I don't want him to do any of that. But that doesn't mean he doesn't want to play anymore. If you've got an old dog or even an old cat, a great game to play with them is go find. It's not a speed game. It's a thinking game. It's a stealth game. And all it uses is their ability to scent. So I know we all talk about how great the dog's nose is, but the cat's nose is phenomenal also. So both dogs and cats, we love to find things by smell. They love it when you hide things and then tell them to go find it. So with a dog, it's pretty easy to start this game. You can use a leash and tie the dog so he's stationary, or you can have someone hold him. And you let him watch you hide something. A ball, a cookie, a toy, something he loves. You watch him, he watches you. And you hide it in a really easy place. Like really easy, where he can see it, where he can see you hide it. You put it down, you walk back to him, and then you say to him, Rusty, go find the ball. And of course, he walks right over to it, picks it up. Good boy, bring it back. Okay. And then you do it again. Sit, good boy, stay, good boy. Take the ball, and now maybe you put it behind a chair. He can see you put it there, but that's what you do. He can smell it. He can hear it when it hits the ground. He knows it's there. Then you say, Rusty, go find the ball. And he runs and he finds it and you say, good boy. Now, he probably already knew the word ball and go, so the only new concept is find. But he understands exactly what you're saying. So the next thing is, you do the same thing again. You take him back to his position, you tell him sit, stay, and you go hide the ball a little harder and a little harder and a little harder until he can find that ball anywhere, until he can find it when he doesn't even see you place it. And you can do that with treats. If your dog isn't ball motivated, do it with a treat. If your dog seems to have trouble with it, you can slide the object along to create a scent trail. If it's a ball or a treat or anything, really. Same with cats. You can slide it along until it rested in the position. And so there's like this clear mark of where to get it, of where to go and where it's been. And they just put their nose to the ground and right away they can smell. So that's, if your dog or cat fails to catch on, then try that. That's like extra beginner. And for those of you who have simple-minded dogs, you know who you are. That's what you have to do. Now, interestingly, a lot of the simple-minded dogs are extremely food motivated. So they're probably going to learn this trick faster than you think. Even though you may think of your dog as stupid, when he has the right motivation, that beagle or basset, no, they're very smart at this. Find food is really one of their top skills. So you might actually find something your dog's really good at. Now, there's two variations on this I like. I guess I should talk a little more about the cats first. So it works well with cats and treats. And just don't do it for very long, right? You teach the cat to find the treat. You show him where you're putting it. You say, go find the treat. And then you do it again a little harder and again a little harder. And then stop. Your cat will get bored on time 4. He may just want to take the treat. And if it's a fat cat with a weight problem, he may want to follow you all over for the treat. But that's not the same thing. That's just begging. So don't fall for that. After 3 times with a cat, I would say stop for at least a half an hour before you try it again. Okay, and make sure you use words. Go find, go find, go find, so they know what you're talking about. And you can do it with toys and cats too. If they have a favorite toy, then hide the toy. And when they find it, that's when you pick it up and play with them. That's the reward. The reward is that you're actually going to play with them with their little insect toy or their bird toy or their feather or whatever it is. So that's how you do it with the dogs too. When they find the ball, you give them a few throws or a gimme, take it, gimme, take it, gimme, take it kind of interaction. Drop, good boy, take it, drop, good boy, something like that. So there's some play because that's what they want. The food reward, the eating is the reward, but with the toy reward, it's the game that you give them that's the reward. You don't let your dog find it and then just leave him alone. That would make this game very boring. So you want to play with him when he finds it. And there's some advanced training we can do with this. But you know what? I'm going to leave that for next time. Because once you have your dog understanding the word find, go find the ball, go find the treat. And I really suggest you use words for this. Don't just say go and he understands through the context what's going on. No. You want him to learn these words. Go find the treat. Go find the ball. Because next time on the next show, I will tell you how you can tweak that and have your dog go find the person or go find the car. Now we're getting into safety. Now we're getting into protection. You lose your kid somewhere, you say, go find Johnny, and the dog finds Johnny. What if Johnny's a teenager and he doesn't listen and he takes off and he doesn't come back when he's supposed to, and you're at some big function and you don't know where he's gone? He's under the bleachers somewhere doing something he shouldn't be. Oh yeah? Dog's gonna bust Johnny. Your dog's gonna find Johnny, and that's gonna be good. And if you go hiking, like I often do, and you lose track of where you are, and you have no clue how to get back to your car, well, don't worry about it. Your dog will know. Your dog will always know where the car is. He just doesn't know that's what you're looking for. So we're going to teach him in the next show how to find the car. And then you'll never get lost again. You put a leash on the dog because you don't want him to find the car without you. And you say, go find the car. And he'll find the fastest route to it. Or if he's confused, he'll retrace your whole route. But he knows where that car is. So we'll cover that next time on Animal Party on Pet Life Radio. For me, Deb Wolfe, and Animal Party, be good to your animals. Ciao, meow.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.